Twilight Sparkle Will Stab You by No O.B. Blue. Shining never got the chance to push open the door to his home. Cadence was standing outside fretting over something as he approached. It was the weekend at the end of the month, the only time he was allowed away from the barracks for personal time. Today was an equally special day personally, his first day back at all. He'd been in training for the entirety of the month, the better part of the month previous, and it was only natural that he came back to a disaster, of course. Cadence didn't need to see him, she felt him as he got close, something that was equally as sweet as it was kinda strange. Shining didn't know if he'd ever get the hang of handling an alicorn, but the distressed mare friend turning to face him took priority over any other mental quandaries. Shining, thank goodness! Her light blue aura sparked from her horn, and Shining found the rest of the distance between him and his home closed for him courtesy of alicorn strength telekinesis. Whoa! Shining would have fallen if not for the month's worth of training dedicated to combat awareness and physical prowess. Cadence! He did look silly in the 3-second long process of almost falling though. As soon as he was in front of her, Cadence's entire body language shifted on a dime and she smiled wide and threw him into a hug. Shining! Welcome back! She pushed him away, her emotional state changing again as her posture shifted back to her nerves firing on all cylinders. I need your help! Shining Armor's face was filled with pretty mare, and his mind clocked ideas faster than conceivably possible to overcome that natural hurdle. Cadence, take a deep breath. He shook his right hoof. Remember? Cadence looked down as he shook his leg and her eyes went wide. Right. Her stance changed again, her body tensing as she stood up straight. Right. She inhaled deep, lifting her hoop as she did so, and pushing it away as she exhaled. What's wrong? Cadence's face remained slightly panicked as she spoke. It's Twilight. She stole a knife from the kitchen and attacked me with it. What? Don't freak out. You're going to make me freak out again. She attacked you? Cadence's ears folded down over her head. I don't think she was actually trying to hurt me. Does she still have it, Cadence? Why are you outside? Shining took an instinctual step towards the door. Wait. Cadence cut him off. It was a sneak attack. Shining's eyebrows shot up and he interrupted. What's that supposed to mean? She yelled it when she swung at me. Cadence held up her hoop, stopping Shining from going for the door. She could have easily stopped him physically. The hoop was only for communication. She was yelling about claiming territory and stuff, shouting orders to her smarty pants. A flip switched. Shining frowned. Oh. Cadence's head turned sideways. Oh? What does that mean? Oh. Is this a thing? I've never seen her do this, and she wouldn't even talk to me. She just told me to get out. Shining nudged her. Did you have to use the mean voice? Cadence sagged. It's okay, Cadence. She'll forgive you. I made her cry. Cadence sniffled. Just a little bit, but still. Then she straightened up. But you still kicked me out. I don't know what got into her. Just stay out here. Shining moved Cadence's hoop to the side. I'm going to go in and talk to her. I think I have an idea of what's going on. Okay, just make sure she's safe, okay? And promise her that I'll get her ice cream. Tell her I'm sorry for yelling. Oh, and... Cadence. Cadence smiled sweetly and waved Shining forwards with her wing. Shining walked up the few steps to the door and pushed it open with his nose instead of his magic. He waited before stepping forwards. And a few coloured rocks, the painted ones from their flower pot, fell from a contraption attached to the top of the door. They would have fallen on an unsuspecting Cadence, and it probably would have been seriously cute had it been made for fun rather than what it was there for. Shining's face morphed deeper into sadness as he stepped over what was left of the trap. Twilight? A muffled
Shining armor?
came from somewhere in the house. He flicked his head to zero in on the source, but wherever she was, she went silent. He stalked forwards towards the living room. It had been turned into fortifications. The sofa was pressed up against the entryway, and Shining stuck his muzzle over it to see the rubber balls pressed right up against the cushion. Another trap meant to trip whomever tried to step over the couch. He pushed it out of the way with his aura and stepped into the living room. Twilight! Tiny hoof steps, and Shining saw the flicker of a purple tail from behind the kitchen island just beyond the dining room. The whole bottom side of the house was one single open room that had been turned into a battleground. The lights hanging from the ceiling were missing, leaving the only light source to be the sunshine through the living room windows. Shining whistled, looking at all the half-sneaky traps littered around the place. He let off a tiny whistle at the needles, likely stolen from their mum's sewing kit, strung across the other entryway like plastic wrap, waiting to be visually missed and walked into. That could actually hurt some pony. No wonder Twilight kicked Cadence out. Cadence would have never let her set any of this up. Shining on the other hoof, there was a level of respect for the little filly, expressed as a quiet whistle as he manoeuvred towards the kitchen. This is good work, Lieutenant Sparkle, he called out. Except, where is Private Pants? He should be here to report. As expected, the doll rose up over the edge of the countertop where Twilight was hiding, its fuzzy limbs doing their best attempt at a salute. Twilight had learned not to pull too hard on Smarty's edges, lest he rip open, so the stance looked just as silly as it should have on a doll. Shining smiled wide, with the hint of sadness still on his face. Ah, there you are, Private Pants. Report at once. Shining stomped his hoof even while his ears drooped, dreading what he was about to hear.
Private Pants reporting Captain Armor, sir.
Twilight's voice squeaked from around the other side of the kitchen island. She was doing her best to sound like a big, strong stallion. How did he know? It was a big, strong stallion voice, of course.
Me and Lieutenant Sparkle have secured the area and beaten back the foul, yelling princess as ordered.
Ordered? Shining Play scoffed. I don't remember giving such an order, Private Pants. Who told you to carry out these actions? The doll sagged, its body shifting for a second as Twilight's aura struggled to find a good position. He could hear her voice slipping as she struggled to come up with something to say.
The orders, sir?
You're not making any sense, Private. Show me your commanding officer at once.
But, sir...
Smarty Pants waved its hooves around in protest. Shining stomped his hoof again, this time seriously. Things in the kitchen shook, and Twilight definitely felt the stomp based on her aura flickering as he did it. You're a loose cannon, Private Pants, but a great soldier. Don't make me court-martial you for insubordination.
Yeah.
The doll sagged again.
Yes, sir.
Twilight answered normally. Smarty Pants pointed down and then went limp as Twilight let him go onto the countertop. Shining circled around the kitchen island. Twilight was curled up on the floor, doing her best to hide, while looking away from Shining and cradling a broad-headed knife in her two tiny front hooves. Lieutenant Sparkle, are you injured? He asked, stepping around to her side.
No,
she mumbled. Shining laid down next to her. She looked away from him. He tried to say something, but nothing came out of his mouth.
You didn't like it?
His frown frowned harder. Twilight. Shining Armor saw a tear drop from the other side of Twilight's face. His face twitched. Instinct overcame reason for a split second as his mind raced to locate the object hurting his sister. He cooled himself and reached his nose down and bumped Twilight's ear before snorting right into it. She jerked back, accidentally turning to make eye contact with him. It was easy to forget how much smaller she was than him. She broke eye contact, her teary eyes pulling away and hiding behind her eyelids as she moved the knife further away from him. I did like it, he said. The bouncy balls were a great approach to modern barricades.
You're just saying that.
She huffed back. Of course I'm saying it. You heard it, didn't you?
You sound like Dad.
Shining poked his nose into her ear again, and she swatted him away with her magic. A moment of silence passed between the two siblings before Shining creased his brow. What's this about, Twilight? You know you scared Cadence really bad. All parts of Twilight drooped.
I know. I'm sorry.
You can apologize to her later. Why'd you... Shining reached over and poked the knife, but didn't take it from her. You know this isn't a toy. You knew those needles aren't toys either. You're not a tiny little filly anymore, and you know the difference. So why?
That's...
Twilight perked up ever so slightly, the sparkle of an idea resounding throughout her posture as she squeaked.
That's exactly it. I do know the difference. Can't you see? I could help you.
Help me? Shining smiled. With
your guard training.
She tried. I could... More welling tears.
Maybe I could come with you and help train you.
A sniffle. Twilight, he said as gently as he could. Do you think I left you to be a guard? Tiny purple eyes blinked in shock. A shiver ran up her back as her ears clamped down over her head.
What?
Do you think I wasn't going to come back to see you? Or that I don't love you anymore?
No!
Twilight surged forwards, waving her hooves in protest. Knife forgotten.
Never! You'd never do that.
You're darn right I wouldn't. Come here. A hug happened. Shining closed his eyes. Twilight closed her eyes. There was nothing else in the world. He talked softly, his voice quiet enough to hear the rumble of his chest as he spoke. You've been planning this ever since Mum and Dad told you when I'd come to visit, haven't you?
Mm-hmm.
Did you know that... He squeezed her a little tighter. That whole time you were planning on impressing me? And I was in my super secret guard training, I was thinking about you?
You were?
She squeaked, quieter than even him, almost awestruck. Mm-hmm. I planned all the tiny things I was going to do when I was going to get to see you again.
You did?
He leaned back and conspicuously joked. You know how Mum and Dad are out at the store right now to buy a cake for when I arrive? She blinked.
How did you...
They're actually going to go pick up the book I got for you. His eyebrows wiggled. It's from the Canterlot Archives. Twilight's tears were forgotten for wonder. Her eyes widened and sparkled with barely contained excitement as they continued to share an embrace.
Really?
Yes, but... Shining held up his hoop. No more playing with dangerous things. And you've got to really apologise to Cadence. And if you're really quick at cleaning up everything, we won't tell Mum and Dad. Twilight jumped from the hug and looked around at the mess, and her first thought was to pick up the knife. But Shining grabbed it first, pulling her gaze. And Twilight... She stopped, catching his serious face. I love you.
traps laid out, but he's seen this before. Twilight's hiding, her mission uncertain, holding a knife, but her heart's even more. She wanted to help, to stand by his side, to march into battle with sisterly pride. But her brother just smiles, kneels down on the floor, and speaks in the voice that she can't ignore. Lieutenant Sparkle, you've done well today. Your fortress is strong in every way, but battles aren't won with just force alone. Come here, little sis, you're already home. She wipes her eyes, the mission is failing. She's not a real soldier, just small and afraid. But Shining just laughs, says you're braver than many. You fight with your heart that will never fade. She thought he had left her behind, but love isn't measured in distance or time. He ruffles her mane, says you're always with me. No army is stronger than family. Lieutenant Sparkle, you've done well today. Your fortress is strong in every way, but battles aren't won with just force alone. Come here, little sis, you're already home. She nods real slow, sets the knife down. Let's go of the fear that had built up inside. A hug so tight, no words needed now. Just a brother and sister, side by side. Lieutenant Sparkle, it's time to rest. Your courage today was truly the best. No need for weapons, no need to run. Come here, little sis, you're already It's the Mystery Pony Fiction channel. Also available as a podcast on Spotify. And Izzy Moonbow is best pony, by the way. Fiction. Bro, hoof, comment, subscribe.